Hi Scrappy friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas scrapbooking series, where we are just plugging away in our creative memories 110 scrapbooking ideas and sketchbook. This has been so much fun. I can't believe we're nearing the end of this series. I've gotten so much done, and I hope that you are inspired to get your holiday photos scrapped and into your albums. Or if nothing less, I hope that you're at least taking some time to put your feet up during this holiday time, kick back and watch the videos to help you plan for when you do have time to get back into your scrapbooking hobby. So thank you all so much for joining me through this series. It's not over. We still have a couple more videos to come, but I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you're enjoying it. So today we are going over to page 84 in our sketchbook, and it's this sketch right here, and I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen for you. So let's take a look at this sketch. It's a very clean, classic sketch with very straight linear lines. I love it. I think it's going to be a really simple, quick one today. I like that they got 4 photos onto that page, but I'm going to try and hopefully get 5 on this page, and then I'll create a second corresponding page to go with this one, so somewhere where more of my Christmas photos for this particular year can fall. So come on back to my desk and I'll show you what we're using for today. So for today, I am going to jump back to the Joy to the World collection. This is Creative Memories collection from 2021. However, it was listed in the December deals at the time of this video being filmed. This was a discounted bundle. So if you like these papers, then I suggest to go over and get yourself a set of these. This is such a beautiful collection, but I think I'm going to be able to finish it off today and consider this one complete. So here's what we have left. Let me bring this back in so we can move some of this around. So I have a really big chunk of the yellow ornament paper with the check on the back. I have a strip of the icon paper, but you might not be able to tell in the video, but I did have to weld this together. I really wanted to use this on today's layout, and it just wasn't going to fit. So I did a huge welding of that, and I'm going to use that today. And I have a couple little pieces of that as well. I happen to have some perfect photo mat size scraps left over, a few strips, and then just a bunch of miscellaneous sizes. So whatever I can incorporate today, great. The rest I'll have to think about embellishments or how I could use it. Then I also have a piece of scrap white shimmer cardstock, which will be perfect for today's layout. I have a scrap of dark green cardstock as well as a full sheet, which will be used as a background. And then I'm pulling in this red tone-on-tone paper from a Tonally Tonal pack earlier this year. Okay, let me put all my scraps aside. So for this first page, I'm actually going to cut the red paper. I think I want to stretch the red paper to the other side, so I want to save a little bit now before I get too far in. Okay, and I am going to bring in the insert from the Joy to the World collection, and I'm going to use that as my ultimate background, but this whole thing will get covered up. Okay, so that red piece is 6.5 by 12 inches, and that will lay right there. And then here's where I'm going to bring in my very welded together piece of icon paper. And this is a 4 by 12 inch piece. And I'm going to grab my Deckle blade from the back side. Now in our sketch, I think they might have used some border stickers for this, but I didn't have any border stickers that I wanted to use, and I think this strip's going to work out perfectly. So I'm just going to take off a little strip using the Deckle blade, and I'm just lining it up with the second cutting line on the mat And then I'm going to go about, I'm going to try and get 3 strips out of this. So I think we'll go right there. Might be a little too small. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. I can lay it on top instead. I was going to tuck it, but I think I'll lay it on top. We get a little bit straighter cut this time. And I was going nice and slow so that I could save the paper. And okay, so they're not exactly the same width, but I think that I'm gonna like that. It looks good like that. But I'm gonna try and cut one more to see if I can get a little bit thicker of a cut there. There, I like it. So in the inspiration, they used border stickers here. I didn't have any that I wanted to use, so I like how this came out with the Deckle blade. The last thing I'm going to add to this one spot over here is some green. So I'm going to cut about a 1.5 inch strip. I won't need that much. So you can do it a little bit thinner if you're following along. I'm just going to tuck that underneath. So it's going to look like this. I'll have the dark green at the very edge, followed by the icon paper, and then the red paper, and then covering up those seams will be the little trims that I made with the Deckle blade. Then I will adhere everything right on to that white cardstock. Okay, so let's do some photo placement. So I have some photos that go back to 1995, my daughter's first Christmas. And I'm going to follow the sketch just like they had. And I'm going to lay them out like that, straight down in a column. And then over here, I'm going to put them like that. I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, now these photos were cut down to 3.5 inch squares. And over here, they were cut down to a 4 3/4 by 3.5 inch. Okay, so basically a 5 by 3.5, but then I trimmed them down ever so slightly because I do want to bring in my mats, and I was kind of working with the paper I already had in the collection, and so I had to go a little smaller, but I'm okay with that because I really want that red paper the red pattern paper to show behind. Okay, so I'm just going to mat each of these with a different color from the collection. So I'm going to put the gold with the ornaments here, that beautiful turquoise right there in the middle, and then this dark blue at the bottom. I love all those colors, so I'm so glad that I'm going to get all those on here, and they all are represented in our icon paper. This is going to be our design for page 1. I'm going to slide this over just a little bit, and I'm going to bring in the second page so we can get started. Before I go and adhere everything down, let me go ahead and bring this in, because I want, my main goal with page 2 is to bring in as much of the different colored pattern papers that I used over on page 1 over to page 2. So I want to try to incorporate, and because I have a lot of little scraps, I thought, well, I better figure out how I'm going to do this before I commit to adhering all this down. So let's see what we have here. I do like that red piece there, and I'm going to kind of dump all the pieces off to the side over here so I know what I have to play with. And I'm going to just bring out the big pieces, because when I have a piece big like this yellow ornament, I like to probably use that as a mat or an area block where I can put my photos. With the photos I have left, I only have 3 photos left, and I trimmed them to the smallest size that I would want for them, and I'll probably just lay them something like that. So I had 2 horizontals and 1 vertical. So when I have that situation, this is a very typical layout design for me, where I'll put 2 here and 1 here. Okay, then I was thinking to bring in this white shimmer, and I think, let's turn that over and see. I like that black and white gingham paper, and I don't think I've used that much with this collection, so I want to kind of turn that over. I do like that much better. All of a sudden I feel like the little dress that she's wearing just kind of popped, and maybe because it's kind of a quilty pattern, like a gingham, it reminds me of the gingham, so I think that's perfect. I'm going to move that up. So when I have this situation with this one photo laying over here, I could leave it in the center, move it to the top, and then put maybe another piece of pattern paper here, or move it to the bottom and put another piece of pattern paper at the top. So I think what I'll do is I'll put it at the top and bring in a pattern paper. I could bring in the icon. I could bring in this gold, more gingham or gold. Okay, so I think I like the gold here. Okay, so I think, yep, see, I like that. I like that. And so far I've able to bring in the red, the gold, but now I don't have the gingham on this side. So let's see, we have a couple different pieces that we can do. We have this one, kind of make it like a third one, and not like in our sketch. Our sketch had some embellishing here. Yep, I like this size because it looks like it's going to be my biggest one, and it's going to just house my journaling. I'm going to slide that picture up, mainly because it is covering a seam. Then I want to bring back in this turquoise one that I cut with the Deckle blade. To bring the turquoise to the other side, I can bring this down, I can mat that, and then I do have this funky strip of blue that I might be able to incorporate. Let's see here. It has just a teeny bit of blue at the bottom, and maybe I could put it under there and then just put some strips down here and end it with that Deckle trimmed piece. I'd probably want to tuck it just a little more. There, it would look something like that. I would have the gingham, the blue, the turquoise, and then a little bit of the red popping out. And of course I will trim it right there. In fact, let me get my scissors and do that right now. Okay. Okay, so it'll look like that. I like that a lot. So I've succeeded. I think I have all my colors represented. Let's see, turquoise, blue, gingham, red, green. What I don't have is the icon paper. I would like to bring in a little piece of this, and I also have this circular piece of blue, which I'm thinking I'm going to want to put right up there. And so next to that, I could cut maybe a piece of the icon paper into a circle shape with my custom cutting system. And then I also have a little piece of the white. Maybe we can make 3 different circular shapes at the top, kind of like a tab to a book. Make it look like a tab. Okay, I really like that. This ended up kind of down toward the bottom, but I like it. I like that both the pieces will have this green kind of at the edge. And there we go. That's going to be the page design for both pages. I do have a handful of little scraps sitting over to my right-hand side over here. Maybe I will use those, maybe not. But I'm going to go ahead and get all of this adhered down. Then I will be right back and we'll get this page embellished. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm back and I have everything is adhered down except for this one piece of blue, only because I want to work on my embellishing in that area. And I went ahead and I took a piece of the dark green scrap that I had left, and I went ahead and matted these two photos just to help them pop off this icon paper a little bit better, because I feel like there's a lot of toys and stuff going on in these photos and it was kind of clashing with the background piece. So now I'm ready to embellish. So let's go ahead and get out our circles and our tags. You know, I like to start with title and journaling. So let's figure out where that's going to go. Maybe we'll say title here. Now in the sketch, I'll put that back up there for a moment. In the sketch, they had it up here, but I didn't want to do that. So I kind of scooted my photos to the top and to the bottom. And I think I'll put my title right in here somewhere. And then for journaling, I think I'm going to bring journaling over to this side, maybe somewhere right around here where this journaling block is, maybe even tucking it under a layer, or I'm not sure which layer yet, but no, probably the gingham. Yep. Probably tuck it under right there. And then for the embellishment areas, of course, we'll have one right up there. So we'll have the circles going on up there. That's going to probably be our biggest area. Then I'm going to do some embellishing on top of this yellow pattern paper I put right there. And then I will embellish over here with my title as well. For my title, I only had a few pieces of embellishments left from the Joy to the World collection. So I think I will try and incorporate as many of those as I could. So let's see, I'll put a tree there, and then I have these leaves, which I think are very appropriate on Christmas layouts because of all the branches with the trees. So I think what I'll do is maybe we'll put one up. Oh, in fact, we'll put one up here, maybe coming out of our blue circle to kind of extend our embellishment row to come out that way. And then maybe we'll put one right over here somewhere. Then I have this candle, which I really like, and we'll put it maybe right around here. Maybe we'll pop that one up onto some foam tape, and we'll put it right there. Yeah, that looks cute, kind of just resting there on top of that photo, or we could scoot it up a little bit. And for the title, I liked this one. It came off of the sticker sheet for seasonal sightings, but I think I like it. It says all wrapped up in each other, and I think that that's adorable. So I think what I'm going to do is find a piece of scrap over here in my pile. I like the gold, and I would like to bring in some more gold on that page. I think I'm going to mount that right on top of there. Just use a little bit of regular adhesive for that. Then I'll trim that off. And then I would like to bring in this has like a ticket notch. Maybe I can do the same for the paper using the corner rounder. Let's see if it's going to be, I just want it at the very end. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay. Cute. There we go. So I gave it just a little bit of a ticket notch look so it would match the ticket shape on the sticker. So that was cute. And I'm just going to play around with spacing. Let's put our tree back in here. So there we go. I'll do something like that. Very cute. I like that area. It came out really good. Okay, so let's move over here. We'll keep our journaling where it's at. Okay, so let's bring in our embellishments. So these are from this year's seasonal sightings and other embellishments that I've kind of put together. And let's see what we have. Let's bring it right up there. I'm liking the reef. Let's see if we could put the reef in someplace over here. Maybe it's too big. but I do like the reef, and then maybe have those leaves popping out from there. And then I was looking at this tag here. Now, I don't want to keep the whole tag. What I really like is the Merry Christmas part. So I think what I'm going to do is bring back in my trimmer and change that blade again back to the Deckle blade. And then I'm going to give it a Deckle cut because here it kind of has like, it almost looks like the Deckle cut to me. So I think what I'll do is just trim off that part, and it just kind of gave it a rough little cut. And then I will put that right across the middle of the reef like that, and I can save this for a different layout. Or actually, I might even be able to use it for my journaling spot. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, there we go. I like that for my journaling spot. I think it'll be big enough. It's not very big, so I'm going to have to still think about that. Maybe I need a little bit more room. I have a little present that I want to put right there. Maybe I should bring it up and cover. Yeah, I kind of like it to cover up the little bit of yellow that was popping through. Okay, so that area is finished. Let's move up here. Let me remove my circle and scoot this out of the way because I do need to bring in my custom cutting system. Because what I want to do is just make a rounded cut with the custom cutting system so that I could pop it out the top. So let's see, let's go up a little bit higher and let's see if we like this. We'll tuck this in. Let's do the same thing with the white shimmer. And then this will go right up on the top like that. That's what I'm thinking. There. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just kind of brings in some more color up there. I like how the blue stands out on top of the red. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back down one more time. I think I have another present that I'm going to bring in. Tuck it in like that. I have this cute heart. Yeah, I like it like that on top of that greenery popping up. So I have these blue sprigs, so maybe I want to move this one, put the smaller one. There we go. And then I'll put a big one up here at the top to kind of bring in some more of the blue. I kind of like it like that. In fact, there we go. So now for some finishing touches. I'm going to bring in some bows from old Creative Memory stickers, and I have a yellow one. I was thinking maybe it would look cute up there. Yep, I like that. And then I have a couple of red ones I thought I'd bring in over here. Yep, I like that. And then I'm going to bring in some of these gems from the Joy to the World collection and place these around the layout as well. So I want for sure one over here on the blue, one up here close to the sprig, and one down here by this sprig. Okay, let's see where else. Yep, I like that. Okay, then over here, I kind of want to see what this is gonna, I like to put it like it might be like a nail or a screw in a sign. So I think I'm gonna do that. Yep, I like that. And then I think I want to do one more up there, just sprinkled all over, maybe even off to the side. Yep, I like that. And I want to use them all up. So I'm going to put one more down here. And there we go. So I have a little visual triangle of them here. And then I have all of them in a large visual triangle as well. So there we go. I like this layout and I am so happy I did it. These photos have been waiting so long to get scrapped. Like I said, this was 1995, my daughter's first Christmas. I know that seems almost impossible that I didn't scrap these yet, but they are actually in her baby album. So they have been scrapped for a while, and they're in my highlight album, Christmas album. So anyway, so I guess I'm just trying to cover up my guilt there. So anyway, this is our layout for today. And once again, I am just loving how it came out, and I'm so happy I've used up the rest of the Joy to the World collection. So I have just a handful of scraps over here, not enough to even piece a layout together. I probably just put them with my other Christmas scraps of paper, and who knows, someday it might end up on a card or as an embellishment somewhere. Thank you for joining me today. And before we close out, if you haven't already, please click that like button. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you for doing that. It really does help my channel to grow. And with that, we will end this video and wrap it up. So until next time, take care, everybody. Happy holidays, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.